question number 2 of this guided practice 2, I will first work on the function f of x, which is a linear function. You recognize here the mx plus b. So first I need to find the standard form. Let me remind you, the standard form is of the form ax plus by equals c. So what do I have here? I've got y equals negative 3 over 2 x plus 3. First thing, I'm going to get rid of any fraction. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2 and have 2y equals negative 3x plus 6. This multiplication by 2 eliminates the fraction here. And then I'm going to cross over this negative 3x is going to become positive 3x plus 2y plus and equals positive 6. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, find the x-intercept. So the x-intercept would be c divided by a. In that case, 6 divided by 3, which is 2. 6 over 3 which is 2. 1, 2. Find the y-intercept. So here you have two ways of doing it. We can either do 6 divided by 3 by 2, which is 3, 1, 2, 3, or you can just refer to the slope-intercept form that you were given in the beginning, and you had 3. So you've got 2 points. You can eventually use a ruler. When I say eventually, I'm being a little bit ironic. Please do so. So do not have access to a ruler without a program. And you can eventually do this. All right. So next, evaluate g of negative 1. So the first thing you have to do is write g of negative 1 equals. It's just about to plug in that formula for x, this value, negative 1. So you can eventually write 1/2 times absolute value of negative 1 plus 1 minus 2. And you would have an end result of negative 2. So the corresponding point would be negative 1, negative 2. In other words, when you have this here, what are you asking? You're asking what is the y value when the x value is negative 1. The answer is negative 2. That gives you this data point for g of x of negative 1, negative 2. Negative 1, negative 2, right here. Now, I could do the same thing, g of 3 equal, and let me remind you of the trick when just asking you to evaluate. You do not need to go through all of that. You can just type 1 over 2 times the absolute value that you find at math, go to the number tab, and then 1. And I've got x plus 1, and outside I've got minus 2. So this is it. Now, don't mind this value here. I'm going to define 3. I'm going to store it using this button right here into x. I press enter to validate, scroll up, and when I press enter again, I've got 0. So the data point would be 3, 0. Right here. And finally, g of negative 5 would be equal to. So if you have been using the calculator, the only thing you need to do is to store negative 5 into x, scroll back up using the up arrow, and when you press enter, you'll have 0 also. So that defines the data point negative 5, 0. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. And here, because this point here is right in the middle, that will also be my vertex. So if I consider this system of inequality, I could have very well asked you to graph y less than f of x and y greater than or equal to g of x. It would have been the exact same thing. So graph the system. So here, for the line, I'm going to have a dotted line. So let me replace that as a dotted line. Because it is a strict inequality. And it says less than, so it's going to be striped underneath. Less than. Now, for the absolute value, it says greater than or equal, and it's solid. So, actually, I've got kind of a ruler. Let me cheat here a little bit. So it's going to go through that one here and keep going that way. Then that way through the 2 points that I evaluated. It is this time a solid line. And it says greater than, so it's going to be shaded above. And above this one and below the other one, I end up with this region of the plane right here.